Many of us are waking up to the fact that the values of those in Washington, D.C. are not our values. The ideology of defunding the police, of destroying the oil and gas industry, and of the chaos at our border is disastrous for those of us who live here in South Texas.
Wow. Newly Republican State Representative Ryan Guillen joins us now. Representative, thanks so much for joining the program. Did the Democratic Party leave you?
Yeah. You know, the values, my values and the values of the majority of the folks that live in our district just align better with the Republican Party, and that's, you know, it's not a decision I made lightly. And you switch after a series of disagreements over time, and I think that this week that's what it came to. You know, this ideology of hurting the oil field industry, of defunding the police, this ideology of this of sitting idly by as we've seen the chaos on the border in recent months. That's not helping the Democratic Party.
Yeah. A Texas Democrat switched to the Republican Party over what he says is the party's left-leaning embrace of defunding the police and so-called chaos on the southern border. State Representative Ryan Guillen announced in a Monday press conference that he would seek re-election to his South Texas seat as a Republican, saying the Democratic Party's far-left values are no longer in line with his own. Republicans are thrilled with this decision, but the more we learn, the less shocking this whole switch really is. Guillen is pro-life, which really begs the question as to why he was affiliated with the Democrats at all. He represents one of the poorest districts in South Texas,
but one of Guillen's most notorious policies while in office was a tax break for yacht owners, which was necessary to, quote, revive the coastal economy. Guillen told local news at the time that critics will see his bill as a tax break for yacht buyers, but the real goal, however, was to help the state's boating industry. Since 2010, when Florida capped sales taxes on boats at $18,000, the boating industry in Texas has suffered. Guillen said owners were buying larger boats in other states to avoid paying the sales tax. Because of policies like this, it became clear just whose pockets Guillen was deep inside, and that led to his cratering support within the Democratic Party. This proves that Democrats running on a progressive, populist economic message might be the key to success for Democrats in South Texas.
I know it's not popular to talk about, but as the midterms seem more and more dire for Democrats with every passing day, we need to look at the policies that are universally popular and act on those. Of course, the border and police reform are important, but we have to put equal vocality behind economic policies that will lift up the most marginalized in society. The Democratic Party won't miss Representative Guillen, but it very much will miss a Democratic majority if we don't act on these universally popular policies. Thanks so much for watching. As always, you can follow me at Caro Johnson 917.